Hi guys, I wanted to take the time to personally welcome you guys back to my channel. I know it's been so long since I've last shared in this space. So much has happened in the last couple of months that I just needed to take the time to stay away from social media for a little while and just focus on taking back control in those areas. So here's what happened. So it all began with my Millie, and if you are new here, she is my lively 5-year-old. She is my beautiful middle child. She is right there with me with her cute little pink cardigan. And for a little while, we were struggling with her eczema flare-ups. It just got progressively worse. I just remember every single day, I just did not know how Millie was going to wake up in the morning, if there was going to be dry blood on her skin from her scratching all night, or just simply just dry skin on her arm that I didn't know how to control it. I didn't know how to manage it any longer. And whenever I brought this up to our primary care doctor, she just basically brushed off our concern, gave us a prescription for an ointment to put on her skin, which possibly made it even worse anyways, and encouraged us to transition her to almond milk because it's probably stemming from a regular dairy allergy. To make this story short, we basically seeked out medical advice from a holistic doctor that we just grew to love, and we ended up finding out that Millie actually has a gluten allergy. She also has a issue with processing yeast, and she has food sensitivities towards refined sugar, chocolate, and caffeine. After finding out that information, we also welcomed the idea of just changing our entire diet as a family just to get her to best transition into this new lifestyle that she was probably going to have to adapt for the rest of her life. And so it took us several months for us to finally be able to manage Millie's eczema flare-ups. Every now and then she does have one, but that's because she sneaks in refined sugar in her diet, and I'm okay with that every now and then as long as we detox her. But I must say we've come this far and we feel great that she's finally feeling better.
Okay, so as you guys saw, not only was I working on breakfast, but I was also simultaneously working on our lunches and our snack trays. This is not necessary. This is just for me to be able to go throughout my day without having to spend most of my time in the kitchen. Okay, so the kids are working on their daily responsibilities charts. This has been a really good game changer in our home. If the kids want privileges on electronics this weekend, they have to go ahead and work on completing this throughout the week. And so Aiden has one, Millie has one. They're pretty similar in some ways they're not. For example, their daily big chore, that is like catered to their specific abilities and what they're able to accomplish without my help. Hey guys, my name is Zyra and this is the Willow Tree Schoolhouse, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, which I'm pretty sure you are considering I've taken a long break, I am a homeschooling mom of 3 kiddos. My children's age ranges are 8, 5, and I have an 18-month-old right here. And we have been homeschooling since the lockdown, and if it wasn't for that, we probably wouldn't have discovered homeschooling, and ever since then we had fallen in love with this journey. Now in today's video, I am going to be taking you guys along in our homeschooling day. I try to follow a Charlotte Mason way of teaching, but I think I'm pretty eclectic as well. Our core curricula is the CMEC. If you've never heard of it, it is the Charlotte Mason Education Center. I have a whole highlight on my Instagram on what it's about. I will go ahead and link their website so you guys can go ahead and sign up for their informational packet, because it's jam-packed with a bunch of information and samples and timetables and what the CMEC stands for. It has been amazing. I love it. I don't see us not doing it next year. We are actually on our 3rd week homeschooling this new school year, and I have learned so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys around. So we are about to start our morning time. We try to take advantage when Ari is eating her breakfast. And so morning time used to start at 9, but now it has been starting at 8:30. She is a huge indicator and dictator of what our homeschooling day is going to look like. It's just the season that I'm in. I try to provide a routine. I try to provide a structure because children thrive in that. But at the end of the day, she's the one that dictates whether or not it's going to be a good day or a bad day or a chaotic day. Today it's gonna be a busy one. We didn't homeschool yesterday, which was Monday, and that was because Steve left for a work trip and the kids were pretty sad. He doesn't really take much trips outside of the state, and so I just ended up closing the books and we just hung out, cuddled, we watched a movie together, and we just hung out. So today is also going to be like our Monday, even though it's Tuesday, and we're going to be making up some of the lessons that we missed yesterday. Our goal for today is to go ahead and head to the library before karate lessons, which is at 4:50. So hopefully we get that done. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for 20 to 30 minutes. If we do it before then, awesome. If we don't, that's okay. Today is Tuesday. Why don't you guys do your calendar work? My goal is to do that. If we don't get around to it, we have tomorrow.
That's okay. Bye.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start reading, okay? Alright, so the temptation of Jesus. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. He fasted 40 days and 40 nights, and afterwards he was famished. The tempter came and said to him,
Now, circling back to the story that I was saying about taking back control of Millie's health, Steve actually started seeing that same doctor, and so have I. And because this type of care can be expensive and some places do not accept insurance, we have slowly, one by one, started seeking a more natural, holistic alternative to our healthcare. And it has been such a life-changing experience. Just talking about this literally will bring tears of joy. You have no idea on how miserable I was feeling. And it all stemmed from having my little Ari, and it wasn't postpartum depression because I did have that after I had Millie, so I knew the symptoms. I just knew that something was off with my body, and I was thankful to know that there was a doctor out there that truly cared about finding the root causes of what was happening to me. I ended up finding out that I was low on progesterone, my iron was low, and my adrenal glands was off. He also tested me for food sensitivities, and it turns out that my body can't process caffeine, refined sugar, wheat, and chocolate. And so I decided to use this space and also like all of my social media platforms, which I only have one, which is Instagram. I decided to just go ahead and share my experience because if you are feeling this way, know that there's other alternatives out there for you and you do not have to live this way.
The yellow tab, Aiden. I'll repeat the first verse, and then you guys repeat after me, okay? Psalm 1. Blessed is the man that walks. Okay, so we did ended up getting morning time done, and I have my stuff out ready for Millie. We're going to be working on with her. Over here is my morning menus. But for this term, I'm just having our weekly schedules in here. Each of my kids have their own. So this is Millie's. And then we have our daily schedules. And then a combined one. And I went ahead and I took off the time stamps just because I don't want them focusing on that. But for Tuesday, while I work with Millie, Aiden's gonna go ahead and have playtime with Ari, and then vice versa. And then midday, we're gonna interrupt with poetry tea time, and then spelling, cleanup, nap time for Ari. Now, instead of doing geography today because we missed yesterday, we're gonna go ahead and work on American history, CMEC Tales. So all of this after nap time is gonna look like Mondays. And then tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and do this instead, our Wednesday schedule. So for Millie, this is what I have for her. We're gonna go ahead and move her to Kickstart Kindergarten from Handwritings Without Tears. But instead of doing the worksheet, like pen and paper, I went ahead and I grabbed my Jack and Link dry erase board. I'll link them down below for you guys to check out. We have been doing a lot of our handwriting practice on this board because it's such a a smooth transition from paper to this, and Millie's able to retain a lot of the proper letter formations. Then after that, we have our core math curricula. We have been using Right Start Math, and we are thoroughly enjoying it. But today, we actually get to play a card game. And so I have my card game notebook that tells me all of the instructions, and I've already have it tabbed of what I'm going to need for that game. Our worksheet notebook for our math. And now we are going to complete a lesson with preschool and the Good and the Beautiful preschool. I'm waiting on to complete this before graduating her to Pinwheels. And then this is actually our math warm-up. We are on lesson 12, and this has been such a fun addition. It's not necessary. You don't need both math curriculums. I just had this on hand because originally I was going to go with Horizons. But then I realized that my Millie doesn't really thrive with just worksheet based, and Right Start Math was such a good fit for her that I went ahead and I decided to just use Horizons as our morning warm-ups. Yeah, there you go. And you don't need, you stop at this line, at the first white line. Can you do that one again? All right, yeah, that's fine. I'll set the timer. Okay. Is it easier when you put the dots there? Okay. Good job. Oopsies. Just erase it on. Yeah. Good job. All right. So now we are gonna go ahead and work on our math warm-up. Can you practice writing your name on top over here? I thought you said you didn't know how to do it. Look at all these shapes. Can you go ahead and can you circle the red stars? Circle the red stars. Or they went ahead and they colored one square. What number is this? No, what number? All right, what number is this? So 3 boxes.
Already, you want to go play?
All right, go play. Good job, Aiden. Thank you.
And this time?
Yeah, that's fine. And then what number is 6?
6.
Yeah, we'll do it pink. What are you doing, Miss Ari? So I did go ahead and we ended up finishing lessons with Millie, and now we are moving on to Aiden. Today we're trying to move quickly, especially with the kids wanting to go to the library. So we're trying to get as much done, also completing some of the missing work that we missed yesterday. And so it's been pretty busy here. The kids have been cooperating, working really well, even Ari, so we've been able to get a lot of stuff done. So now with Aiden, we're going to be working on core subjects with him. For example, I have Right Start Math Level D out here. We're on lesson 8, and today we are having to complete a worksheet, which consists of this one. And so instead of working it on the paper, because they don't really give you much space, you can use a math notebook that's graphed paper. However, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna utilize my Jack and Link board for this. I think this will be a really great addition to today's lesson. Aside from math, I also have our All About Reading. We are going to be reviewing the OR sound. I have our phonics cards and all of the word cards that we're also going to be either reviewing and learning for this lesson. And then I have our spelling, oh wait, hold on. Actually, no, I lied. Our handwriting notebook. This is a new notebook. We're actually gonna start it today. He's been doing mostly copy work as review for just like proper letter formation, but I think he's ready to go ahead and graduate from that and just move on to this notebook. Today he's only gonna complete one page, and that's basically this page with the slanting. And then we're gonna go over spacing, which is like for him at this point, this is review. I also have our spelling wisdom here and using language well from Simply Charlotte Mason. This has been a really great addition to our spelling program. We have been on lesson 3 for a week straight because the word practice, as you guys can see, has been a challenge for him. But I'm super proud to say that he knows how to spell those words now. So it's been really cool to watch him grow from that. I'm gonna have my little R right here. And then we have our all about reading over here, which I said. So this is like the teacher manual. All right, so we're gonna do math. Are you sure you don't wanna do reading first?
Sure, because I'm gonna do reading last.
Okay, so grab your abacus. Okay, so on side 1 of the abacus, so this is side 1, how many beads do you enter to make 60?
60.
Thank you. Okay, so today we are going to be subtracting large numbers using side 2 of your abacus. So we're going to be using our Japanese board for this. All right, so can you go ahead and put 6,829 on your abacus. First, subtract the thousands.
Is that from mine?
You're welcome. Okay, all right, so we are officially done with our core lessons with both of my kids. We survived. It is 11:13-ish, and so I'm gonna go ahead and eat my quick lunch. The big kids already ate their lunch, and I think most of their snacks. And after my lunch, I'm gonna go ahead and put Ari to bed, and then we're going to do American history and all of our afternoon occupations, just because, again, the kids wanna go to the library today, so we're trying to hurry up and get this going.
And believe it or not, the person that convinced me to get back into filming this part of our lives was actually my oldest, Aiden. He is 8 years old. He loves watching back our videos together, and I think he just sees this as a delightful time that we spend together. And that's exactly my outcome of this. I want them to look back and see this more of a diary or a journal of all the time that we spent together. And so on this day, we all woke up with good spirits. Steve was actually gone on a work trip, and so it was just me, Mom, being with the kids 24/7, no breaks in between, and I just had the most delightful time with them. And although on this day we had an amazing and productive day, that doesn't mean that it was the same the next day. No 2 days will ever look the same. Any homeschooling mom can agree to this. And unfortunately for my sanity, I still have a toddler that dictates my day. So what does that mean? It basically means that no 2 days will ever look the same because she's the one that primarily dictates how my day is going to look like. So one day she can be super cooperative and we get so much done. And there are other days where she's so demanding of my attention that we just don't get anything done.
All right, so I did clean up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I'm doing. For today, we're gonna be working on American history. I don't follow the CMEC's core curriculum recommendations. However, I do follow their supplemental book list, which coincides with some of the lessons from our Star Spangled Story Part 2. This is more of like the time cycle that we are working through, which is the 1900s to modern times. Throughout the summer, this past summer, I have been doing my pre-reading notes and my planning, and this is all put together. Based on my pre-reading notes, I'm able to see what I had planned out for week 3. So we're going to be going through lesson 52, which is talking about Theodore Roosevelt. Our recap, the captain idea. This is like how I can catch their attention for today's lesson, how I want them to narrate, and then any discussion, obviously some timeline work, and then any mapping geographical, and then books, picture books that I would like to include into our lessons. I have to find this one. I know I have it somewhere, but I'm gonna go ahead and look for it right now. I also put together like quick worksheets as I was planning, and so for every week. And so I have like a drawing for the kids to color on, and then this is a map that we're going to be working on, and they also have their history notebooks. This notebook is from Walmart, and this is some of the worksheets. And mind you, we're only on week 3, so we haven't really done much, but this is the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island. Our first week we talked about like immigration, and then the second week George Washington Carver. This is him narrating basically a weed is a flower. And then today we're going to be working on Theodore Roosevelt. So it's exciting. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read what we're going to learn about today in American history. What do you guys remember last week when we learned about George Washington Carver? Who was George Washington Carver?
I gotta find out how to like.
Okay, yep. And why was he well known? Do you remember? He like discovered a lot of like agricultural stuff. So today we're gonna talk about Theodore Roosevelt. I want you to go ahead while I'm talking. I want you guys to go ahead and color. Yeah, it's a cool drawing, isn't it? They took an oath of office to become president of the United States. All right, so we went ahead and we completed American history, but considering that Ari is still sleeping, we're going to take advantage and we're going to move on to Tales from the CMEC. And so I'm going to go ahead and flip through this to week 3. And then right over here, based on my pre-reading notes, it tells me what pages to read, the recap or the orientation idea, the commonplace. This is going to be the copy work for him. And then this is my version of narration, the summary moral, and just like for me to just quickly glance over what this chapter is about and then how I want him to narrate, so orally. But today we're going to do a drawing narration because I want him to do the copy work sometime tomorrow under his new picture. And so we're going to read this. This isn't going to take no more than 20 minutes, but I have it scheduled for 20 minutes today.
This is you.
Thank you, Mama. And then while I'm doing that, Millie has the option to listen to this story if she wants to. Therefore, that's why she went ahead and she grabbed her notebook so she can keep herself busy as I am reading. Based on her last reading, what do you remember about the people that lived during the times of Ulysses?
They wear weird clothes.
Weird clothes, okay. This was a way in which people lived when Ulysses was young and wished to be married. Okay, so we just completed reading this week's reading from Tales of Troy and Greece, and now we're moving on to natural history. We didn't do yesterday's natural history reading, and normally I like to schedule the reading and then the journaling the next day. And so today we're going to do the reading, and then hopefully we get around to nature journaling later today. So I have these templates from the Riverbend Press. Do you have the other one, Aiden? Yep. And so they get to absorb those templates, and then they have their coloring sheets. And then I read the chapter, and then every week I have picture books as well to accompany that scheduled reading that we have. So I like to include those picture books during bedtime. And then she can join in if she wants. She's only my kinder baby student if she wants to. If she doesn't, that's okay. The fact that she's here and keeping herself busy is amazing. but we're also working on the habit of attention with her, so it takes time. Okay, so we went ahead and we finished all of the subjects that was scheduled for today. Let me go look at this. So we went ahead and we did all of it except the brush drawing and handicrafts. And so we're gonna leave that for either this evening or tomorrow. I normally just use one color a day with markers to cross off what we got done, but because we meshed these 2 days together, I just went ahead and used one color. But this is everything that we got done. Pretty proud of ourselves. And I started writing things that I know that we were gonna complete tomorrow. And so tomorrow, everything that's scheduled for Tuesday is going to be marked for Wednesday. So I'm gonna go ahead. This is, I believe, Millie's. And so I'm gonna look for Tuesday. And these are the subjects that I'm gonna want to hit tomorrow. And so I'm gonna go ahead and jot this. We're gonna clean this out. We're also going to clean the living room and just organize the diaper bag and get going to the library. Hey guys, so we are headed to the library right now. We have our stroller, diaper bag, and our crate with books that we want to return, and then also like any books that the kids can grab, they can go ahead and add it to the crate. And I don't care, there's no limit because it doesn't fall on my shoulders, so you know I'm not gonna be walking out of there with pain.
We didn't read this.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, no. Wait, let me see. I like it. No, this is the one that you own from the library.
Yeah, but the one that I own is at home.
Never kill it. The jar names. Mommy, don't. I love this book.
You like that one?
Yeah. It's hard. And then here is, it's very tiny.
That says Compsognathus. Compsognathus.
It's smaller. It's this big from a human.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like as tall as a chicken.
Mama, can you say cheese? All right, hey guys, so we just got done with karate lessons. After the library, we just went home quickly, did a diaper change, used the bathroom, and now we are planning on having a little picnic. And Ari's hungry, but we're planning on having a little picnic when we get home. Say cheese. Say cheese. All right. Mama, Aiden's trying to find some for you. Ready? Let's go for a walk.
Here we go. Here we go. Here I go.
Is it good? All right, let's go. Hey guys, so it is almost 7 p.m. We're finally home. We went ahead and had a quick picnic in the front yard, and then after that we started going out for our walk. We did find some nature finds, which I'll show you guys. We found some nature finds that we're gonna journal, and we're gonna document in our nature journal. The kids are gonna go ahead and take a quick bath, and then we're gonna watch a movie together just to kind of like settle in. And I'm gonna put Ari down for a nap, and while they're getting ready to for bed, I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping for tomorrow. I cannot go to sleep with like messes with the kitchen, with dishes in the sink. Like, I love to prep the night before and have everything ready that I'm gonna need for tomorrow, just because it helps me set the tone of all of the things that I want to accomplish. And tomorrow we are also gonna have a productive day. Now tomorrow, instead of going to the library, I'm hoping we can go ahead and go to the park and sneak in a decent walk where we can observe anything that, like any local birds in our neighborhood. Was that necessary?
100% necessary.
So what do we say, guys? Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you for joining our day in the life. And we will see you guys next time.
And we will see you guys next time.